My vocation really started like when I was born. I know that sounds really cliche, but one of the main parts is there's a right outside in Rome, Italy. There's a church called Saint Lawrence outside the walls, and in that place there's a cemetery out behind it. Which is a funny thing is I went to the church 3 times and it was closed every single time. I mean, maybe that was a sign in itself, but there's a cemetery outside, and in that cemetery there's just this piece that surrounds the area, and in there I was like, I would contemplate deep thoughts in Rome all the time. I'd go for walks, and this is one of the places where the priesthood was like, it was real to me. This piece it followed me into the summer after I came back from Rome, and I really started actively searching, like, well, maybe I am supposed to be. So I got a vocation, or I got a spiritual director, and in that direction, it's just like, well, this is what I'm supposed to be. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be, and it was only then I look back and see my family life. I have 11 siblings, so a large family, a very devout Catholic family, and my parents has prayed for every single day for good and holy, happy marriages and vocations. And seeing all these things and the way that my environment I went to the University of Mary, and there I only grew. Going to college, it's an amazing experience, but it's a little bit, you can choose whoever you want to be. And at the University of Mary, I could have chosen a different path, but I decided that this is who I wanted to be because I saw joy in other people at the University of Mary, particularly some focused missionaries that were there as well. And it was just amazing. And I also went to Rome at this time, and that was just, they call it the Eternal City for a reason. It seriously never changes, but yet in a weird paradox, everything's different and every single day. So Rome really helped foster this vocation that I'm entering into right now. And as well, the priests. There were some really good priests that were there. They're in a program that they actively search out relationships with the students at the University of Mary to foster their own way of interacting with other people, but as well as they themselves grow, and the students grow as well, because they can see that priests are real. They're real people. They understand things, they go through things. They each have their own vocation story, which we heard every single one of them. And everyone's unique, but at the same time, there's something universal about it. I mean, the entire church, everyone has its place. And, I feel like this is my place right here, right now, in my vocation. There's this inner peace that you attain from what you're supposed to be doing. And I wish I had a better example, a better definition of what it is. And when you're doing that and you have that inner peace, you can literally do anything. It's anything. And here I am, had the best year of my life last college semester. And when I finally sat down with my vocation director and the bishop, and I was officially accepted, it's a date that I'll remember the rest of my life. So at the University of Mary, on Wednesdays, they have a 10 a.m. mass for the entire community. And there are all these people, usually a lot of people dress up. I dressed up as well, but that particular day I was wearing a suit and tie. I just got my hair cut. I just had shaved. And there's probably 9 or 10 different people that came up to me and said, wow, you look different in so many different ways. And you're like, it's a physical change at the same time as an ontological change that you don't even realize. And that was that day that I was officially accepted to the Bismarck Diocese. And even later, a friend told me that they said, yeah, when I first saw you, you looked like a seminarian. I was like, that is just exactly what I want to hear.